Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly for November 3rd to the 9th for the sign of Leo. Alright, my lovely Leos, we just got done with the first 4 signs, working on the second set of 4 signs. Aries, Gemini, Taurus, and Cancer are up. And we're going to go ahead and pull out your 3 romance angel messages for the week. And then my regulars know that we're going to get right into your animal spirits and then your forecast. So let's get right into it, my lovely Leos. And of course, I do resonate with the Leo readings a lot because my moon is in Leo. So I love you guys very much. Soulmate. Nice. Finances and career taking a center stage. And free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Wow. Nice energy. All right. Really strong cards for the romance angels. And let's go ahead and get into your actual spread. Now, the animal spirits can indicate stages in your life. They can be representative of characteristics of individuals who are in your life, coming in and out. Or they can be energies that are at play right now, you know, certain energies that you may be tapping into, or that you may be feeling right now as a result of whatever it is you're going through. So just take whatever applies to you. If it doesn't apply to you, then it's not for you, okay? All right, guys. Leo, straight out we have bumblebee energy, bee energy, very democratic, right? Very industrious, hardworking energy, very sociable. We have the rabbit, earth energy. Bee, of course, is associated with air. And we have the otter, water energy, associated with utter bliss in relationships and in love. Now, let's go through your animal spirits before we do your forecast. The bee is really lovely personality to be around. Anybody who's resonating with this energy is just a joy. They're very, very helpful, right? The bee comes in and he's always able, or she's always able to help with a scenario or a problem, ready to brainstorm, ready to come up with ideas. The bee is always ready to take part in a group effort. The bee is also the one who always wants to make sure that everyone is being treated fairly, right? Bees live in a colony, and in a colony, everyone has their job, and they're all equally valuable. And so the bee is the type of person who's going to be very enthusiastic about whatever it is you're going through or you're doing. They're going to be very motivational. They're just simply a joy to be around. And you may be resonating with this energy, or you may be dealing with someone this week who is resonating with this energy. Now the rabbit. Rabbit is earth energy, and the rabbit is extremely nervous, right? This is the person who's always bemoaning their fate. Oh, with my luck, something will go wrong. Or with my luck, I'll never get the job. Or I'll never this, I'll never that. The rabbit is a worrier. The rabbit worries all the time. Is very skittish. She really just can't calm down. And oftentimes, rabbit energy can get caught up in all the little itty-bitty details of something, and just, you know, they never feel safe, right? The rabbit never feels safe, never feels like as if they can, you know, calm down for a minute or not have to worry about something going wrong, right? The rabbit is always worried about some predator coming down to swoop him up and eat him. And of course, yes, the rabbit is preyed on a lot. And so oftentimes the rabbit energy individuals, they're not wrong per se. They do have, by nature of that characteristic, they may, indeed be dealing with a lot of negative energy that's thrust on them, or obstacles that they have to overcome. But when the rabbit shows up, it's just become all a bit too much. You may be dealing with somebody who's just always tense, always worried, never can relax, and then can also sometimes become quite agitated. Now the otter is beautiful water energy. This is very blissful love energy. The otter enjoys every single moment that he or she is with his partner because they don't worry. They're actually almost the exact opposite of the rabbit in that way, because they have absolute confidence in their love relationships. They don't worry. They don't think, those kind of thoughts that we think, oh, do they really love me? Are they, this? Are they that? Are they being honest? The otter is extremely trusting, and they're trusting, they're optimistic, right? And they enjoy the moment, right? Being in the moment, you can see that the otter is in this sort of camera view, almost looks like a circular view. It's kind of almost in a way of a spotlight, right? A focus. This is a part of the essence, because the otter lives in the moment, right? And so living in the moment, otter energy is very blissful, very happy. If you're dealing with a soulmate or a love connection, this is going to be very affectionate energy, very physically loving energy, and just a lovely, just a wonderful time to be with your otter. All right, guys, so we've got two fairly sort of non-confrontational animals here, right? This is all very sort of gentle, right? Gentle energy. We're not, we don't have apex predators on the board, right? So that could be quite interesting. Leo, you may be dealing with a lot of people this week that are not necessarily alpha personalities, but that are kind of resonating with this energy. We'll see what it all means once we get into your spread. Now, I'm going to pull out 4 to 8 3-card spreads, and these are forecasts that you may or may not resonate with. They may or may not be related to each other. And so just take what applies to you, and if it doesn't apply to your situation, just let it go, okay? Then it's not for you. Please do not try to force a forecast onto your situation, because if it isn't it, it just isn't it, right? I do hope that some of this provides you some clarity this week for November 3rd to the 9th, all right, Leos? So let's get right into it. Straight out, we have 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and a 5 of Pentacles. Well, 3 is the number for loyalty and patience, bonding, and 5, of course, is the number for power struggle. So you begin off the week very much in a very cooperative manner. You're working perhaps in a group or part of a project. You're doing very well with your work right now in your career, right? You're getting a lot of recognition for your craft. People are wanting to engage you. 3 of Pentacles talks about works, gaining, right? You're beginning to gain and get rewards back for the work that you've put in. For some of you, you're beginning to get recognition, right? And things like that. So it's a very nice sort of stepping stone in the area of the career. 3 of Wands, though, comes in, and interestingly enough, with 3 of Wands, we are also talking about a progression in a path, but with 3 of Wands, we talk about having to wait for a moment, having to pause, having to take a look at the lay of the land before you make your next decision, right? Almost being forced to pause. It could be that you've been steamrolling ahead in a particular area in your career, but something happens this week, slows everything down a bit. You're forced to take like kind of a break and pump the brakes on, and you end the week with this power struggle, 5 of Pentacles. It could very well be that you may have been working part of a group dynamic, or part of a partnership, or some kind of venture at work or project at work, right? And you've been working diligently along, but this week everything kind of changes, right? The alliances maybe change, and you're kind of forced to take a back seat. You're kind of forced to take a break. And the reason why you're forced to do that is because there is trouble brewing, there's a power struggle brewing, and you end up the week really with a split in this dynamic, or a split in the group. 5 of Pentacles generally talks about loss, right? Having lost or been defeated in some kind of way, or just having a power struggle with someone where it ends up that you're the one who's ousted or alienated. You're the one who's kind of ostracized from the group. It could be that you're the one also who's going to be paying a bit of a price. This separation, this fight, this argument, whatever, this split does impact you financially. But the good news about this scenario is that oftentimes Five of Pentacles happens because it was necessary, right? Five of Pentacles generally comes in a scenario where there was already toxic energies brewing, there was already poison in the well, as it were, and it was just bound to come to a head. And more than anything, usually Five of Pentacles, although in the beginning it seems to be very stressful, it almost always leads to a much better, more progressive environment and stage in your life. Hermit energy. We have 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords. Wow. So, completion, the end, the end, the end. Leo, finances and career, amazing. Free yourself, absolutely. This is the week. I'm going to say you come into the week with a real sort of attitude of taking care of yourself. It's important this week that you do things for your path, your spiritual center, taking care of yourself. This could be pulling away from others, pulling away from energies around you that are keeping you from the progression of your path. This is a very strong sort of internal week of, I want to say, remaining sort of keeping your energies for yourself, right? Containing your spiritual energy for yourself, being, with yourself, even necessarily physically pulling away from others. You may not go out this week. You may not see your lover, your boyfriend, or your girlfriend. You may even pull away from a relationship that has been taking a lot of your energy. But whatever the case may be, this is a week that starts off very much alone, but in a powerful way, right? You kind of you free yourself and you almost take back your solitude, which you kind of need in a way. Lions do need their solitude at times. And what happens? You are met with the end of burdens, the end of a stage in your life. First thing that comes in is this events happen this week and allow you to lay down a lot of the psychic burdens that you've had, maybe negative self-image or self-esteem issues, self-confidence that may have been wavering, feeling bad, carrying the burdens of the past. All of that comes in and you lay it down. It's the end of that. You end the week also ending a stage in your life that has been full of a lot of turmoil and trouble. It could have been that you may have really suffered with a lot of financial issues or career issues. You may not have been able to live the way you wanted to live. It may have been quite a struggle. Some of you may have overcome addictions, right? You may be coming out of rehab or counseling. But whatever the case may be, this last period of time in your life, this last stage of your life, Leo, for a lot of you, that has been very, very difficult, ends this week. And really, aces come in. Because after the 10, aces come. So if you can imagine Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords coming in, this is abundance, inspiration, creativity, a whole new life starting. Finances and career, can free yourself are on deck for this week. And for some of you Leos, it's almost as if it's almost as if your ship takes off. Finally, your ship takes off. All the work that you've put in. For some of you who have businesses, your business is going to take off this week. Sun, 8 of Swords and 9 of Swords. Okay, some of you, again, this week, you kind of really take some time out for yourself, to pamper yourself. The sun is shining on you. It's really about you being center stage, increasing your self-confidence, and really maintaining some of that energy that you give out to the world for yourself, Leo. 19, although the Leo card is strength, which is number 8, in the major arcana, 19 can also be oftentimes associated with Leo energy because it's your day in the sun, right? And of course, the Leo is really one of those signs that loves to be in the spotlight. And it's this similar sort of energy that resonates with the sun, this kind of being in the spotlight, but you're, just you, right? Because it's all your special talent that the sun is shining on and really giving a platform to. So you start off the week very, very confident and happy. Things are moving along very well. Affirmations and confirmations of abundance may be beginning to start to come in. and you get met with some really toxic, fucked up energy. 8 of Swords. Some of you are dealing with somebody who doesn't like to see you doing well, or suddenly they act real cagey. They're acting like an asshole. This is the great gaslighter card, or the victim card. It's like for some of you, you may have been in a relationship with somebody, and now that your life, your career, your money is starting to pick up and you're getting more confidence, all of a sudden they want to act like a baby. All of a sudden they don't want to be left alone. All of a sudden everything you're doing is a problem to them, or they're just agitated. You ever be with somebody like that? It's like the better your life gets, the more agitated and miserable they become. That's a gaslighter. That's a victimizer, and that's somebody who's like very much resonating with 8 of Swords energy. And unfortunately, you kind of, for some of you, you wake up to this dynamic and you end the week with a 9 of Swords, which is like just a lot of regret. I think you regret perhaps even getting involved with them. You may just regret just, because this connection may have started off really nicely, but I think it's because you're now suddenly doing well this week, Leo, that they show their ass a little bit. And it's like, oh man, you just end like really, like 9 of Swords is just kind of miserable, sad, regretful, kind of having a lot of anxiety. Could very well be that you end the week knowing you have all of this anxiety because you don't even want to deal with them anymore. I'm a Sagittarius myself, and sometimes this happens with me. I can very quickly get into somebody, and then as soon as they act in some way that's a turn off, I can just as easily and quickly be totally off of them. And then it's like the writing's on the wall. I already know that eventually I'm going to be done with them, And it kind of feels like that. It's like, oh man, why'd you have to act like that? Because now I'm going to have to dump you. Fool comes in. 2 of Cups. And King of Cups. Wow, some of you find your soulmate. Find your soulmate, Leo, and your soulmate is going to be a very fiery, watery individual. Could very well resonate with some Scorpio energy. But the Fool, you start off the week like really kind of beginning a new stage in your life. The Fool talks about a new stage, making a quantum leap also. More than anything, the Fool talks about making a quantum leap because you're at the end of one period or stage or area in your life where you've learned the lesson you needed to learn. You gained some wisdom. You've been through some trials and tribulations. And you make this kind of quantum leap up in your understanding, right? In your wisdom, in your experience. And then what happens? We generally enter into a new path or stage in our lives. And we may have mastered one lesson in one stage, but we quickly enter a new stage and we descend and become the fool or the student all over again, right? It's constantly going up and down the tree of life, learning and descending to learn again something new, and mastering and descending again to learn something new. So in this way, you're always a student. You're always the fool, certainly. But you're also, every time, a smarter fool, a wiser fool, a more experienced fool. And this week, you have a lover connection that comes in with a 2 of Cups, right? A soulmate connection, somebody who comes towards you. You guys come towards each other. It's a very magnetic thing. It's a very balanced thing. The connection is balanced. It is a balanced connection. It's a connection of mutual respect and affection. And you end out the week very much with a person who is wanting a commitment from you. This could initially just be dating and coming together and getting to know each other and that spark. But certainly by the end of the week, your lover or your person who you've met is making it known that they want you, they want to be with you, and they want an absolute commitment with you. This is a really beautiful start to a great, great love connection and a romantic adventure. Aries, 3 of Cups and 6 of Swords. This is going to be the last one. Leo, Aries energy coming in. So you start off the week resonating with your sister sign, Aries. In this way, you're very much the leader. You very much have established some stability in a particular area in your life. You could be coming in this week with a new sense of authority and stability, with a new sense of power. Certainly, if your area of finances and career are starting to take off, you're starting to feel much more confident in that area, starting to feel much more in charge at the helm of your shit, right? And so Emperor energy is very authoritative and strong energy that you're resonating with. And you get matched with the sort of Three of Cups, which is quite nice. You know, it's like Three of Cups is kind of a praise that comes in a celebration. I think for some of you, you reach a certain level in your career that's a great sort of stable, powerful level, right? The ball is rolling, you've arrived. And this week you have some celebrations, right? You have some like-minded individuals who see that you've risen up in the ranks, that you've established yourself. You may be going out and socializing, celebration. There's definitely some celebration going on, but there's also for some of you some flirting going on and some, you know, dancing around with possible, you know, suitors, dates, what have you, right? Some of you may already be in a relationship, a connection, and again, you're resonating higher, and this week, instead of just being with that connection, you start to kind of want to be a bit freer. You're doing a little bit more flirting. I'm not saying cheating, but flirting. And so for some of you, you realize, I'm going to say for some of you, this week is a kind of reaffirmation that you need to follow your own path, right? Whether you are in a relationship with one person now or you are single, this is a week where you're realizing that you want to enjoy your life a bit more. You don't some of you don't want to be tied down at all. You don't want to be in one committed relationship. And for those of you who are in a relationship, I think you kind of move away from it, or you may have that conversation with that person that, hang on a second, I'm not ready to be this committed. I'm not ready to just be with you. I'm just experiencing this new level of abundance and stability coming in, and I want to enjoy my life as well. I want to enjoy partying and socializing with my friends and my tribe, my social group, right? I'd like to date, you know, other people and enjoy that as well. You just find this week, you realize that you're having much more fun not being so committed, and you end the week with a Six of Swords, which is definitely a journey away from any kind of arguing or strife. If you're with somebody and they're making you unhappy this week, you kind of decide to move away from them, right? You decide to start to get a bit of separation between you and them because you've really enjoyed yourself this week, just going out with friends and enjoying this abundance and money that's coming in, right? And it's almost as if you've got that sad sack at home or whatever that relationship is. For some of you, that's just like, you know, it's not up to, it's almost as if you've resonated higher this week than the relationship can sustain. Certainly for some of you, if you're increasing your abundance or finance and career status, it's like you immediately kind of move ahead of what the relationship, the capacity the relationship has, right? What the relationship can stand. It's like, you know, an example could be now all of a sudden that you are being much more sort of social as a result of this step up, this resonating higher, there's more money coming in, and it's like your person that you're with doesn't even want to go out or be social, right? And so it's like you've almost outgrown a certain relationship because of all of the achievements that you're making in your personal life. And for some of you, you take this Six of Swords and you absolutely move away from this connection that no longer really fits you anymore. All right, guys, Leo, this is an incredible reading for you. These readings have been great this week. Lots of signs of abundance coming in and people leaving like relationships that just aren't like up to the standard. They just aren't up to supporting all of this new abundance and progress that's coming into everybody's life. And for a lot of you, if your relationship can stand it, yeah, it stands it and you move forward together. But if it can't, a lot of you move away and move forward on your own because so many great things are coming into your life. All right, this is November 3rd to the 9th for my Leos. If it resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. But for right now, Leo, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.